What's up YouTube? Welcome back to today's video. First off, I hope y'all having a great day today. And tonight is night number 1 of the 2019 Dirt Cup, our first night of 3 with the ASCS National Tour and the Summer Thunder Sprint Series. We have over 53 60s here in the pit area. I believe we're doing 6 heats tonight with 10 cars each, which actually that would mean we have 60 cars. So it's gonna be exciting, action-packed. We just got done with the pit meeting. We pulled a 45 out of 72. So we're probably gonna start a little bit deeper. And that means we just have to go forward. But here's a look at the race car. Like I mentioned, the pit meeting just took place, which means they went over all the ASCS rules, how there's no qualifying. So how it works is it was all off of pill draw. In the heat race, you need to go as far forward as possible. The top 40 in passing points will go to qualifiers. Top 24 in those will be inverted. The rest go to the lower mains. And then the top 16 after the qualifiers go to the A and the rest go to the lower mains. So it's really, really key to go forward every single time you're on the track. Let's get into today's video. Our crew is excited to be here at Skagit and make our first ever start. First set of hot laps is over here at the Skagit Speedway, and man, this place is really, really cool. I had a big smile after I came out of the car from hot laps. So first, they gave us a few extra laps than I think every session because the track was just a little bit greasy. So my first few, I was lifting a little bit, seemed like the track had a little grease. We got a yellow, and then I was able to just go wide open. I wanted to try to drive it a little bit harder. The grease was kind of gone. It was still in some parts of the racetrack, but it was much, much better, and there was a clear groove to run. This place is just so cool. You drive in the corner a little bit farther than you think you need. You have to open it up a bunch, and the corners are pretty wide, and so you have plenty of room, and you're able just to keep it wide open, and it was so cool. I am gonna be in the first heat race. I start 7 out of 9 cars, which is a little unfortunate because the first heat race is probably gonna be a little bit more gripped up than the rest of them. It's gonna start going slick after that, so it's gonna be a little tougher to pass, but we're just gonna have to make moves and be aggressive. We have opening ceremonies here in 15 minutes, and then I gotta be right in the car for the heat race since we're the first one out. So this is gonna determine a lot of how our night goes. We gotta move forward in our heat. track was pretty hooked up out there. You probably didn't see much GoPro footage. In fact, I'll actually show you the GoPro. It is absolutely covered. Started 7th, finished 6th. Here's a look at my GoPro. Absolutely covered. Just the track was really, really hooked up, of course, since we were the first heat race. I started 7th, finished 6th, so I gained 1 spot. I don't know if we made the top 40. We're gonna have to watch all the rest of the heat races, but I actually think it's close. Top 40 make it into qualifiers. We did gain 1 spot, so we're gonna get those passing points, but of course we didn't finish very high. I just made a little mistake on the first corner. I missed the line a little bit. These guys got under me and I was just caught no man's land. And after about 2 or 3 laps, I found the bottom, which was way faster than the top. You just had to be right around the inside berm and keep your foot in it all the way through in 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 you had to lift a little on exit. And hooked up, it's really, really intense. A lot more intense than slick because everyone's in the throttle. It's tough to pass, and you know, I think it's just gonna take a little bit more learning and me getting better as a driver. But overall, I was a little frustrated about our finish, but at the same time, it's Dirt Cup and there's a lot of good drivers here. So we did gain those passing points. Now we just gotta keep our fingers crossed we somehow made the qualifier. My mom made a nice spaghetti dinner for all of us. We had a little bit of a break here. They just posted qualifiers. We did make one, and all of them are stacked here at the Dirt Cup. There's no slouch in front of me. I start 8th. I need to try to go forward. I have Sam Haferteam Jr. Right in front of me starting 6th. The 28 car on the ASCS National Tour, he starts to the left of me. Also have Cam Smith, JJ Hickel, Seth Bergman, a bunch of really, really good drivers. But remember, they're all just names, and we're just gonna try to go forward. This is definitely a very important part of our night. A little bit of track prep going on here at Skagit. They just posted the lineup. We start 8th in B1, which means we came around 30th in points after the heats and qualifiers. So not completely terrible. I wish we were a little bit better, a little farther up front as well in the B. But you know, we just have to go forward. We have Harley White right in front of us. We have some other good guys in the first 3 rows. Top 3 transfer in each B main event, so we have to advance at least 5 spots. But overall, I just want to get some more laps. You can see they just threw some water on the track. It's really, really slick, right up to a nice little grip patch through the corner. So just gotta get up in it. It's gonna get slicker and slicker. This water is gonna help because at the end of the qualifiers, it was getting right towards the wall. But anyway, we just gotta move forward, have some fun, and I'm gonna have to go get in for my B main event. is over, and we missed the transfer by 1. Started 8th, top 3 transferred. I struggled the first half of the race kind of just to figure out my groove. Remember, I'm a big rhythm driver and it takes me some laps to get into it, and I just screwed up on the first corner. I didn't drive it in hard enough. I kind of lifted and I got incredibly tight. So I just found a groove about 2 laps in, kind of didn't really move around much, got an early yellow, and then from there I knew I just had to get up on the wheel. I was right behind Harley White and another 56 car, and they kind of got racing, and I saw an opportunity to slide them both, and I got them because Harley slid the 56th and she kind of left the bottom open at the same time, so I slid both of them and got 2 for the price of 1. And then you guys might have saw on the GoPro, I got caught up with the lap car. I guess there was a lap car that was staying in the lane. I didn't know if he was on the lead lap or not, and I threw a slider on him and the hole was closing. I was sliding up and it was just really, really close, and he tried to fit through and we just barely touched, and I think he went for a ride. So that was a little unfortunate, but he was a lap car, and I thought he was probably just gonna cross me up, but it's just racing. You gotta remember, we are racing with the national guys. They do not give you any room, so you gotta learn not to be nice. I'm not saying go out there and wreck anyone or anything, but you gotta throw dicey moves because they will do it to you in a heartbeat. They'll move you out of the way and make you lift. So that's just one thing we talked about before this race. Of course, I still wanna be conservative, but definitely gotta get up on the wheel. This is not a limited. But we missed it by 1, but for my first time at Skagit, it sucks because we were just that close and leaves a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. The second B's out there right now, but I'm just gonna watch, learn, and get better for tomorrow because honestly, we had a solid night. We were racing with the best in the world. All right, guys, I'm down here in the trailer after the races. We're selling some merchandise, and I'm here with Fitz, and talk a little bit. You've been around sprint car racing for a while. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Grew up racing around Knoxville and Huset's with a bunch of friends, family. This is the future of sprint car racing, and just wanted to come down here and congratulate him. Great young man. Super proud of him. He's gonna make the A tomorrow night.
Thank you, thank you. It was a fun night, and it's good meeting everyone. Night number 1 of the 2019 Dirt Cup has come to a close. It's starting to drizzle just a little bit here in turns 3 and 4. Right before my B main event, it started to sprinkle just a little, but just small, very, very small passing showers that kind of just popped up here and there. But overall, our first time here at Skagit, it's hard to complain when we just barely missed making our first ever ASCS national feature. But at the same time, it leaves a bittersweet taste in my mouth. I wanted to just get that 1 spot. I learned a lot tonight, and I think tomorrow will just be that much better. Just starting out earlier in the night, we were just a little bit behind the 8 ball. We only advanced 1 spot in our heat race, only advanced 1 spot in our qualifier, and I think as long as we can get a little bit better positioning, maybe starting a little farther up in our heat and having a better placement where it's not as hooked up. The track did take a little bit of rubber in the A main event. It started to go right around the bottom after about the first 5 to 10 laps, and it made it really, really tough to pass. I do wish we could have made the A main event tonight. It would have been so cool to be out there with the big dogs, but just got to get a little bit better. The track though, they're doing a little bit of track prep. Just get it ready for tomorrow. Skagit is a super, super cool place and a super nice facility. There were so many people here tonight. There's only gonna be more the rest of the weekend. Blake Hahn got it done for night number 1. He was just lights out here at Skagit. Started on the pole and pulled away from him. Got into traffic and it was tough to pass like I mentioned, but he was able just to do the right moves and stay out front. But we're ready for night number 2 tomorrow. One thing I did wanna mention, I gotta remember to breathe sometimes when I'm racing this 360. After my heat race or I think it was the qualifier, I was breathing so hard because I don't think I took a breath for 3 or 4 laps, it almost felt like, because it was just so intense and I was so focused. So that's one thing I definitely got to do the rest of the weekend, so just help myself out. But anyway, we'll get better and better. We got a lot more laps and a solid first time here at Skagit. I definitely am going to come back more in the future, and we're ready for night 2 tomorrow. Let's go hang out and have some fun. Deuces.